we're pretty excited about some of the things going on in the Illinois market right now, and Mutual of Omaha is going to be one of the strong parts to some definite growth that we're going to see here over the next year in that market. So I think we're going to maybe wait a minute or two here and see if anybody else jumps on, but I have Kristy Meyers on the phone with us, and she's going to go over some of the opportunities that we're seeing here and hopefully help answer some questions that might be coming up. And Kristy, if you want to maybe introduce yourself and we'll get started.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. As I had mentioned to Kyle earlier, we are both suffering from some allergies here. I don't know if it's allergies or just a cold, as it continues to be winter here in Nebraska. So I am going to power through this thing as much as I can. I apologize if I cough or sound like I have a hoarse voice. So with that, you should all be seeing my screen right now. Kyle, can you affirm that you are seeing what my title slide is right now?
Yep, I've got everything looking good.
Perfect. We'll go ahead and jump in and get started then. As Kyle mentioned, it's been a very exciting year here at Mutual of Omaha the last few months. We've launched a few new states. We have some exciting programs going on. And then we continue through with the things that we do all the time, such as our trips and such, which I will touch on here as we go through this presentation. But let me go ahead and introduce myself. As Kyle mentioned, my name is Kristy Meyers. I am a sales director here at Mutual of Omaha for both Medicare Supplement and now dental, as we have launched individual dental to our portfolio as of last October. My contact information is there on screen if you need anything, but I would highly suggest, if you do have questions after this presentation, to go ahead and reach back out to Kyle at Premier, and he would be able to either assist you or get in touch with me if further questions need to be answered. But I've been at Mutual of Omaha now. I'm going on my, 23rd year. And for the last decade or so, I have only worked within our Medicare Supplement product line. I really enjoy what I do, and each day brings new questions, and I'm continually learning and growing, just like you guys are out in the field. So with that, let's kind of jump right into this presentation this morning, and thanks again for taking time out of your busy day to join us. As we know, Medicare Supplement is going to be a great door opener for all of you to continue growing your business or to get started within this market space. Just think about this opportunity, and I'm sure we've all heard this stat before, but 10,000 people each and every day are turning age 65. That is a huge market for us to work and to offer products to that these consumers are needing and wanting. And to put it in perspective, by the year 2030, which is just 12 years away now, over 18% of the U.S. population is going to be age 65 or older. That's crazy. No other time in this history of this country will be that many people who are available to sell Medicare Supplement, individual dental, final expense, all those coverages that these seniors need. So as consumers are looking at Medicare Supplement, we know Medicare Supplement is a commodity product. So how are they choosing, and how do you choose between carriers if I'm offering milk and all the other carriers out there are offering milk? So let's touch on a few things which make Mutual of Omaha stand out within this commodity marketplace. So first off, Mutual of Omaha was founded in 1909. So we've been in business now as a corporation for more than 100 years. We're not going anywhere. We're located here in Omaha, Nebraska, always have been and will continue to be here in Omaha. We are rated A+ Superior by AM Best. I do encourage you, if you're using quote tools that Premier offers, or you go out to CSG and you are looking at carriers, make sure you're looking, what is their AM Best rating? Not everyone is out there is rated A+ Superior like we are. From a Med Supp perspective, we are definitely experienced. We've been doing this now for more than 50 years. We have been in the market for Medicare Supplement the entire time that Medicare Supplement has been available to sell, which was in 1966. We have yet to find another carrier that has been in the market the entire time. Overall, we are the second largest Medicare supplement provider in the United States. I do also like to point out when it's actually broker sold, like by yourselves, we are actually the largest provider in the United States. The number one provider has a much larger direct-to-consumer division, which is driving them to be number one. Currently, we do serve more than 1.3 million policyholders now within our Medicare supplement block, and that number continues to grow. And last year was another record-setting year for us with respect to earned premium, in which case we brought in over $2.7 billion in Medicare supplement premiums alone. A few additional items. We do sell nationally, so there's only one state in which we do not offer a Medicare supplement product in, and that is going to be in the state of Massachusetts. Another thing to consider when you're running quotes online, in addition to that AM Best rating, we do not charge a policy fee. So for a husband and wife, if you're taking both of their apps, that could potentially save them $50 because we do not have one. Last year, we converted our block over to be anniversary rating, which is going to be one rate adjustment now per year. So what that's going to mean is based on policy effective date for your consumer, let's say they bought last June of 2017, the next potential time that they would receive a rate adjustment would be in June of 2018. And then the next one after that would not be until June of 2019. So they will always have the potential of one rate adjustment, but it will always be on their policy anniversary date. Prior to that, we were doing renewal rating, which could have meant they could have gotten an increase based on their age step on their birthday, and then maybe a few months later they could have gotten an adjustment when we took the rate adjustment for their state due to claims. So now all you have to remember is one rate adjustment per year on the policy anniversary date for that customer. We do also offer a 12-month rate guarantee from the policy effective date. One advantage you would also have with Mutual of Omaha is we allow for you to take applications 6 months prior to their Medicare Part B effective date. So that means right now you could be taking applications for like an August 1st or a September 1st effective date. But what the 12-month rate guarantee means, even if they do have an August 1st effective date, their rates are going to be guaranteed for 12 months until August of 2019. So they don't have to worry about a rate adjustment happening anytime before then. From a rate adjustment perspective, I do want to point out, since 2012, we have had single-digit rate adjustments across the board nationally. So very stable rates. You don't have to worry about us coming into the market, undercutting the competition, and then coming out with a double-digit rate adjustment the next year. We have been proving out now year over year single-digit adjustments across the board. And then this product is going to be a great opportunity to cross-sell some other products that we offer within the senior space, and we'll talk about one of those here today. We also have some of the top commissions within the industry, and I'm not going to get into specific numbers. If you ever have questions what your comp level is, you can reach back out to Premier, but I do know it's some of the top commissions within the industry. If you are on an advancing contract, we do not charge interest on advancing, which is something that most carriers do not do. And then we also offer an e-application that has multiple signature methods available for you to use. The one that's growing most in popularity is voice signature, and voice signature for us is going to simply mean at the very end of the application, when your client is ready to sign, they can call into an 800 number here at Mutual of Omaha, and they don't need to talk to anybody. They simply just have to listen to the state-required prompts, and at the very end, they will just state their name, today's date, and that they agree to the app. They press 1 on the telephone to submit that application, and it's done. So very, very simple to use that e-application. In fact, the majority of our applications now do come in via e-application, and the days of paper are slowly going away. And of course, within this senior space, everyone remembers Marlin Perkins and Wild Kingdom. So As you're out promoting Mutual of Omaha, I'm sure within this clientele base that you will have people saying, oh yeah, I remember watching that show on Sundays, watching Wild Kingdom with Marlon. So today I want to take a deeper dive into the following items. We'll look at our current state footprint. We'll touch on household discount, the value adds that we offer within our MedSup product portfolio, some sales strategies for you, cross-selling opportunities, what marketing support we offer for you, a little bit further discussion on technologies, and then some insight on our producer incentives and programs that we offer to you. So regarding our state footprint, just from a quick touch base, we do currently underwrite our Medicare Supplement portfolio under 4 different underwriting companies. Now, what I want to point out is at any given time, a given state is only selling new business as one of these states at a time. And for me, it's usually easier to just to look at this via a map. So here is our current state footprint map. I am located here in Nebraska, which if we look at the color code, Nebraska is shaded in as purple, which means new business sales are being made in Nebraska as United World Life Insurance Company. If we look maybe over at Indiana, we can see Indiana is color coded as pink. So we currently sell new business there as Omaha Insurance Company. And the entire map will show you in any given state what is that underwriting company right now. Underneath the state name, there are letters. So if we take a look like at Illinois, we see A, F, and asterisk, G, and N. So that means we are currently selling plans A, F, high deductible F, G, and N. And then the number below the letters is going to be the household discount percentage in that state, which Illinois is 7. If we look at Nebraska, again, you can see it's a 12. And I'll touch on what the household discount variations are for the requirements to qualify for those in the given states. When we do sell for new business, it does not mean that the current block just goes away. So for instance, Nebraska just recently changed to United World. Prior to that, it had been Omaha Insurance Company. Omaha Insurance Company still stays on the books. Those customers are fine to stay where they are. If they want to move to the new underwriting paper, they would need to pass underwriting, and you as their agent of record would be available to retake that app and see if they can qualify under the new underwriting paper. And that would be true across any of these states. We do periodically change underwriting companies, and I often am asked, why do you do that? Well, a few good points. One, as I mentioned earlier, we have been doing this for over 50 years. There are new carriers coming into the market space each and every day. If we've been doing this for over 50 years and have 50 years of experience of claims history, and there are new people coming in with no claims history, we would not be a relative carrier in the market if we were not able to come up with new paper and offer new rates within these areas, because the states, from a filing perspective, say, if you want to offer new business rates as this, if you don't change underwriting companies, they make you offer that for the entire book of business. So that's why we have to do the strategy of changing paper. And I do want to make note, we're not the only ones doing it. Many other carriers have other underwriting companies under their belt that they sell new business as well. So moving forward, let's talk a little bit about that household discount. So that map was showing you the states that have each one, and I just want to point out the differences between the two that we have. In the majority of states, the household discount that we offer is 12%. And to be eligible for that household discount, you can qualify in one of 2 ways. The first one is going to be that they live with their spouse, and I want to point out that spouse can be of any age. So for example, if you are taking my application today and I am 66 years old, but I'm married to Kyle, and maybe he's only 56 years old. He's not on Medicare, so he's not going to get a MedSup today. The fact that we are married and we live together, I still qualify for the household discount. My spouse does not need to be Medicare eligible, nor do they need to be buying the policy today. The other way I could qualify is, let's say I'm still 66 years old, but I live with my brother, and my brother is 61 years old. The fact that I live with somebody who's at least age 60 or older would also qualify me for that household discount. The point that I really want to make sure you're clear on is just that spouse does not need to be 60 or older. The fact that I'm married and we live together, that qualifies me automatically for the 12%. Here are all the states that currently have a 12% household discount. It is the majority of them, which is great for you guys. It makes our rates very, very competitive within these states. If you happen to be in a state selling in which the household discount is 7%, the way an individual would qualify for a 7% discount is going to be at least 2 people within the household have to have a policy with Mutual of Omaha or one of our affiliates. So if both people are applying at the same time, or one maybe is older and now the other one is applying, then both of them would be getting that 7% household discount. There's a handful of states that have the 7%. Those are listed here. And then because it's mixed up and there are so many state regulations, there are a handful of states, 10 of them, that do not have any household discount at all. Touching now on some of the value-added programs that we offer through our portfolio, we have 2. One is going to be iMed, and the other is Amplifone. Both of these are after-the-fact benefits that the consumer learns about within their policy output. There's a few states listed there in which these programs are unavailable in due to state regulation. But what iMed offers, which is going to be the flyer on the left-hand side, is going to be some vision discounts for that consumer. Things like $50 eye exams. They can get 40% off of their frames. They can get discounted pricing on contact lenses. And all they need to do is show their ID card and identify themselves as a member within the iMed program. The other program that we offer is Amplifone, which Amplifone provides for hearing aid discounts. And the one value add that I hear great feedback on from agents is going to be the Amplifone discount card offers 2 years worth of hearing aid batteries, which is about $160 value. So very good things for consumers. We know Medicare doesn't cover for vision or hearing aids, so these are good value adds for them within their policy. The other value add that we offer is referred to as the Household Choice Savings Program, and we run this program in conjunction with the USA Senior Care Network. And the way that this program is actually going to work is that if you have a customer who is admitted to the hospital and they happen to be inpatient at one of the USA Senior Care in-network hospitals, they would receive a $100 premium credit. Now, going to a participating hospital is still completely voluntary. As this is Medicare Supplement, they can see any healthcare provider that offers and accepts Medicare assignment. But if they do happen to go to an in-network hospital, they get that $100 premium credit. And I should point out they need to continue paying their premiums on time, but they would receive that credit automatically from us if they were admitted to that participating hospital. To see what that network looks like, you have 2 options available to you. The consumer can either call in to USA Senior Care, and that number is listed there. It's going to be 1-800-872-3860, or they can go online to check out the network, and that website would be usamco.com/MOOIC. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some sales ideas for selling this product. The first one I want to touch on is going to be recommending Plan G. When you compare Plan G to Plan F, the only difference between Plan G and Plan F is going to be that Part B deductible, which for 2018, the Part B deductible is $183. After that consumer pays that $183, Plan G is going to work exactly like Plan F does. Us at Mutual of Omaha, we have consistently been selling more Plan G than Plan F since 2013. Last year, over 70% of the new business that we sold was actually sold as Plan G, and it makes very good sense because there's very significant savings for the consumer, even though they have that small out-of-pocket amount of $183. To show you an example, this is going to be for an Illinois zip code of 61265, which is Moline, Illinois. If we look at our female monthly rate for Plan F, with the household discount applied, it's $115.37. Annually, that shakes out to be $13.84. They don't have any additional out-of-pocket costs because the Part B deductible is included in Plan F. So their total annual cost is $13.84. If we go ahead and look at Plan G, same thing, the monthly rate's $89.28. Annually, that premium would be $10.71, but they do have that Part B deductible that they would be responsible for of $183. But even if we add in the $1071.36 plus the $183, that's a total potential total out-of-pocket annual cost of $12.54, or an annual savings of $130. With that, what could they do? I don't know, go to Starbucks more often, buy some additional coverages from you, or truly just pocket that savings. But it's showing you the value add of selling that Plan G and what it can offer to your consumer. Here's another example. This one's going to be also in Illinois for Chicago zip code 60601. Same thing, total annual cost on that Plan F turns out to be $15.70. The Plan G, when we have to add in that Part B deductible, is $13.98. So in that area, a little greater savings of $172. So some significant numbers there for some people that are living potentially just right off of their Social Security check. Great savings to offer to them. How do we stack up right now in Illinois? Illinois was a product that we just released last month with new rates. So as of yesterday, when I went out and did some rate quotes in zip code 61265, there's that AM Best rating. So there are two carriers that are a little bit less expensive than us. One's A minus, one's B plus. But you can see the premiums right there for that female with the household discount applied. We're coming in at $89.28, where the lowest carrier is $86.12. But they do have that $25 policy fee and we don't. So there's an annual difference there of about $12 or $13 between us and the lowest price carrier. I did want to point out though that lowest price carrier is most likely set to have a rate adjustment in Illinois probably in August of this year. So the fact that you can start taking apps now 6 months out with us, you might want to be considering looking at us, as we would not be set for a rate adjustment until potentially March of next year. And I would say our brand name compared to others is going to be able to carry a differential in price of only $1 more per a month. If we look at Chicago, same thing, that lowest price carrier is rated A minus, we're A plus. They're coming in annually for that female at $11.92, as we are coming in at $12.15. Once again, very small price differential on an annualized basis, that the brand name of Mutual of Omaha and what we offer to that consumer should be very easy to overcome as a producer. Another sales idea to start looking into is going to be take a look at Plan N and what that can do potentially for customers that you have looking for coverage. We have very, very competitive Plan N rates across the country. It could be great for people who are maybe coming off of a Medicare Advantage plan. Maybe they're coming off of an employer group plan where they had a pretty high deductible. Maybe they're coming off an Affordable Care Act plan where they probably had a very high deductible. So they're used to paying some sort of out-of-pocket cost when they go to a provider and receive health care. But let's take a look at what does Plan N cover and what not cover. So the only thing that Plan N does not cover is going to be, once again, that Part B deductible of $183. And it also does not cover for Part B excess charges. In exchange, it's also going to have some small co-payments for office visits and emergency room visits, and I'm going to cover a couple examples on how each of those actually work. But if you're not familiar first with excess charges, an excess charge is the amount a doctor can legally charge above the Medicare approved amount. However, if they are a healthcare provider that has already told Medicare that they do accept Medicare assignment, they cannot charge excess charges. So the fact that the majority of healthcare providers in the United States do accept Medicare assignment, it could be very rare that you're going to have a consumer in a situation that they were subject to excess charges. But I did just want to point out what those actually were. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of how the copayment works. In this example, number one, you have a customer that had a doctor's office visit, and the doctor's office submitted a charge to Medicare for $200. Medicare approved $150 of that expense. So the Medicare Part B coinsurance is 20%. So that means the coinsurance amount due, or the amount that Medicare is going to approve, is $30. That's going to be the $150 that they approved with the Part B coinsurance of 20%, that's $30. So in that case, the Plan N is going to apply $20 of the $30 coinsurance amount due, and the Plan N would pay $10. The consumer in this instance would pay the full $20 copayment back to the doctor's office. Let's look at another example though. Same thing, consumer goes to the doctor submits a charge to Medicare for $200. In this example though, Medicare only approves $75. When we take into account the Medicare Part B coinsurance, if we take $75 that they approve times that 20%, it's $15 amount due. So in this case, $15 coinsurance is going to apply to the Plan N. Because that did not exceed the $20, the Plan N itself would not pay anything. However, the insured is going to owe the doctor's office only $15 in this instance. So I just want to point out, each and every time it's not a flat $20. It's going to vary based on what is the Medicare approved amount for the charges submitted, and then after they apply that coinsurance, how much is actually left. Which I have had agents ask me, do you think that the doctor's office is always going to make them pay up front? While I would say they most likely could if they wanted to, it could be a headache then back for the doctor's office, because in this example, now the doctor's office would actually owe the consumer back $5. So it will vary based on whether or not the consumer has to pay that $20 up front or not, but it would be up to each and every healthcare provider how they're going to handle that. The other thing that Plan N is going to have associated with it would be a $50 copayment for emergency room visits, but you do not have to pay that $50 if you are actually admitted into the hospital. Another sales idea to look at, I really encourage you to look beyond the turning age 65 market. I really believe this to be an underserved market. So many agents are out there soliciting to people who are turning age 65, that once they are older than age 65, they might not be touched as frequently by agents. And there's some good reason for you to actually be looking at them. More and more people are working, so 65 might not be the magic number anymore. Some people might be retiring at age 67 or 68. Well, if agents are buying lists for people who are only turning age 65, those could potentially be people that are getting missed. The other opportunity would be maybe someone's had a MedSup now for a few years, and maybe they don't like the carrier they're with, the service that they're getting, or the price that they're paying. It would be a good opportunity to do a review and potentially move them over to Mutual of Omaha. Our underwriting process is very simple. You have direct access to the underwriters, and the only thing that we do from an underwriting perspective on MedSup is a pharmaceutical check and a random phone interview. We do not do MIB or APS. The other value of maybe looking beyond that turning age 65 and looking at people who are older and maybe want to switch carriers is going to be, these are people who have already had MedSup. They already know how it works. They know what they like, what they don't like, what plan they've had, how it works for them. So you probably have to do less education on how the federal program works and how Medicare Supplement works. And really, you'd be selling them on the company and the premium rate that they could be paying. So in total, it could actually be a quicker sale than for somebody who's aging into Medicare and really needs you to explain nuts and bolts how the entire program actually works. Another idea to consider as technologies continue to move forward, you're not limited to just the state in which you reside in to sell. If you have reciprocal licenses in other states, you would have the option to do an online meeting like we're doing right now and share your screen and do like a little webinar with your consumers across the country. It gives you a great opportunity to kind of meet that face-to-face, but through using technology. And then you could go ahead, take an e-app and get that thing done today. And you never had to leave the comfort of your home, and they never needed to leave the comfort of their home. But it's a new way for you to present yourself and maybe expand the market that you're currently selling in. Other options, definitely some cross-sell opportunities within this product line. Specifically, I'm going to point out dental coverage, cancer, heart attack, and stroke, and final expense. The buyers of these products all fall within the ages of the Medicare market. Don't limit yourself to selling them just one product. We know that people who have more than one policy with a carrier tend to own those policies longer, which is good for you. And today I want to touch on our dental product, which we launched last October, right during AEP. So we came out very quietly with it. But it is a guaranteed issue product, which would make it very easy for you to add on to a Medicare Supplement sale. Issue ages, however, are 19 to 99, so a very broad market, available to most ages here within the country. It is unisex community rated, meaning everyone would be paying the same premium rate within a given area. We have a very large provider network for our dental network. We have partnered up with DentaMax Plus, which includes over 375,000 dental provider locations. And the beauty of this product is you can sell it in conjunction with our Medicare Supplement, or it is available as a standalone product. So maybe you sold some Medicare Advantage during last AEP. Those would be great people to reach back out to and offer them this standalone dental product. They do not have to buy our MedSup to get it. We have two plans available. One is going to be referred to as the preferred, and the other is the protection. And I'll point out a couple of differences between the two of those. The preferred is going to be the one on my screen shaded in blue. So the calendar year deductible on the preferred is nothing non-preventative and a small $50 deductible for basic and major, whereas on the protection plan, there is a $100 deductible for all services combined. For preventative, they both cover 100%, so the insured does not have to worry about out-of-pocket cost. On the preferred plan for basic services, it covers 80%, versus the protection plan covers at 50%. And then the other two differences are going to be the calendar year benefit max, which is $1,500 or $1,000. And then the other benefit that these two plans offer is for implants, which on the preferred is going to be $3,000 a lifetime, and on the protection, it is $2,000. And I've been hearing from agents across the country that the fact that it covers for implants is a great value add. They're telling me many dentists now are not going the route of doing actually a crown. They do a full extraction and then do an implant. So the fact that these plans cover for that, they're seen as a good value add for their consumers. Both of these plans also come with the option to add a vision rider. That vision rider is a small monthly fee of $8.28. It does provide $50 every calendar year for an eye exam, and then up to $150 every 2 calendar years for eyeglasses or contact lenses. You must be enrolled in our dental plan in order to have the vision rider. Here's the current state footprint map for our dental product. We're down to just a handful of states in which the product is not approved yet. They've all been filed. We're just waiting with each of their respective DOIs to approve our product. The numbers underneath the state represent the number of dental provider locations within that given state. So if we look at Illinois, for example, the number is 10,894 dental provider locations within that state. How do you find a dentist that would be in network? You can visit the following website, and it will let you know within that area who are the dentists available to see. And it's going to be dentistsforme.com and then /Mutual of Omaha. Let's take a quick look at what the premium rates look like. For one example, I pulled rates in Illinois. Once again, going back to Moline in the Chicago area. The preferred plan, which is going to be the plan with the richer benefits, is either $48.08 a month in Moline or $55.44 in Chicago. The protection plan, $27.49 and $31.70. And then, as I mentioned earlier, that optional vision rider is $8.28 a month. From a marketing perspective, I want to point out just a few of the more common pieces that we do have available. From a MedSup perspective, we do have consumer brochures available for you. These are printed for color. They're great leave-behind pieces for you. You can order these at no charge. They are state-specific, so you would just call in and order the Medicare Supplement consumer brochure for the state in which you are selling in. We have a few prospecting items. This one is referred to as the 5 Reasons brochure, and it compares why would a consumer want a Medicare supplement as opposed to a Medicare Advantage plan. This piece is great because it does fit into a number 10 envelope. And then we also offer some really nice postcards for you. These postcards are available to get overprinted. And the way that that works is in that box that says state zip codes or zip codes beginning with, you would pick the zip codes that you want to market in. You, as the agent, pick the ages that you want to have printed on the card. You would also pick the plan that you want to promote the rates for. So if it was me, I would probably market to age, 67, 70, and 73. And then I would advertise Plan G and Plan N. And what we will do is we will fill that all in for you. And then down below where it says line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that is going to be your contact information. The other side of the card, once again, has your return address up in the upper left-hand corner. And we overprint all of that for you. We will print 5,000 of these postcards for you at no charge each and every quarter. All that you would be responsible for is getting a list of the consumers to actually mail them to, and you would do that. You would need to get them labeled and then add postage. But I've heard from many agents, we can send these direct to a letter shop that you have partnered with, and that letter shop can do that overprinting from the list that you provide them for the consumer name and get postage added, which shouldn't be super expensive for you, but a good way to get your name out there in the market. From a dental perspective, a few other items that we have available. One is going to be the consumer brochure for dental. We have a producer use only, which is going to be a product and rate guide. And then just like MedSup, we also have a postcard available for dental. I'm hearing really good feedback within this dental postcard. People are not getting offered dental coverage. So it's going to give them a reason to pick up the phone and give you a call if this is something that they're interested in. Once again, we would overprint your name there in the upper left-hand corner. And then here's the back side of the card, has a little bit of information about our dental plans and then your contact information there as well. So I've been, like I said, getting really good feedback on this one. Also up to $5,000 per quarter, no charge to you. Here's the phone number in which you can order any of these materials that I've shared with you today. It's going to be a call in to our sales support team, and their phone number is 1-800-693-6083. Want to touch just real quick on technology a little bit. First and foremost, if you have not registered for our agent portal, I highly encourage you to do so. It's referred to as Sales Professional Access or SPA. It's going to be where you're going to find applications, commission statements, our e-applications, really all the tools that you need to do business each and every day, you are going to find on that portal. The other thing I would encourage you to do is to download our mobile quote app. You can do so either through Google Play or through the App Store. And this is going to give you the option on the go, on the fly, to quote many of our products, including both the Medicare Supplement and the dental that I touched on today. And then most importantly, I can't encourage you enough to actually be submitting your business for MedSup and dental through our e-app. The majority of our apps these days do come in through those portals. They issue almost simultaneously because we've built in so many of the underwriting rules behind the scenes. You don't have to worry about missing an item or making any mistakes. And even on the e-apps that do need to be fully underwritten from a MedSup perspective, they are issuing in less than 2 days. So very, very quick time service on e-apps. Here for you, want to touch on a few programs we have running right now for agents. The first is just the continuation of our marketing credits program. Really don't know of any other carrier that offers a product program like this out there. And the way this works is each and every month in which you have at least 5 or more Medicare Supplement apps issue in a month, you earn marketing credits. And the credits are 1% of AMBP on the e-apps and 0.5 percentage point of AMBP for paper apps. And then those credits are actually cash. And you can redeem the credits anytime now and before November 30th of this year for all the credits that you've earned with us since last October through September. And the most common thing that we redeem back on is going to be for leads and postage. So if you are doing a lot of mailings or buying a lot of online leads or doing a lot of mail outs, if you have a marketing credits balance, all you need to do is submit a receipt to us, and then we will reimburse you back up to the balance that you have available in your account in the form of cash. So a really good program for you. The other program we currently have going on is our broker bonus program. Same thing with the marketing credits. To qualify, all you need is 5 or more issued apps in a month. And those apps can be from any state, any plan, or underwriting type. The program is currently running April 1st of this year through September 30th. And then what will happen is, based on the policy effective date, in only certain states, which are listed there on the flyer, and Premier does have a list of all those states, and only on plans F, G, and N, we are paying $150 on each fully underwritten app, and we are paying $30 on open enrollment apps. I have talked with many producers. They are making a lot of extra money right now selling Mutual of Omaha with this program. It's very lucrative, and from what I have seen out there, it is more than what any other carrier is offering right now. So if you have questions on that, please reach back out to Premier, and they can get you a copy of that flyer. The other program that we continue to offer out to our agents is going to be our Mutual Sales Leader incentive trip. Next year, we will be heading to the Dominican Republic, staying at the Cap Cana Resort and Spa. And to qualify, you need 225,000 production credits. But new this year, you can actually earn credits now, not only by selling our Medicare Supplement, but you will also earn credits towards this trip by selling our dental and vision product. So 2 ways to earn credits right now. I've done the math. Based on our average AMBP, it's probably around 125 to 150 apps would earn you this trip to join us next year in the Dominican. And I hear time and time again, Mutual of Omaha has the best incentive trips in the entire industry. So take a look. You can always check your status as to how many incentive credits you currently have by visiting mutualsalesleaders.com. So with that, I know I covered a lot there today. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. If you do have questions, I encourage you to reach out back to the Premier team, and they can help get those answered for you. Kyle, was there anything that you wanted to add?
I think that was great. We're very appreciative to have you on the call here today. As everyone can see, there's plenty of reasons to be writing mutual for several different products. I think we're going to have a great year in Illinois with the mutual brand this year. So I will be reaching out to everyone who is on the call today to do a little follow-up and make sure that any questions that we might want to take offline or answer. But other than that, thanks everyone for jumping on this with us, and thank you again, Kristy.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you all have a great day.